What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So we're here with another video on my R1, something hopefully that will be helpful to you guys. So if you missed the last video, or if you're new to the channel, we actually did the intake flap delete on my bike. So it was a pretty long job, but you know, it was good for me to learn. And I only saw like one video on YouTube that showed somewhat how to do it, but it wasn't as detailed as, you know, I, at least in my opinion, think that I put into the video to help you guys out, do it yourself, save you guys some money on some labor costs, stuff like that. So yeah, definitely check it out. I'm gonna link the playlist to my entire series on my R1. This is my newer R1. I did total my other one like a month ago. So basically that series, I think, I don't know, 17 episodes, something like that. Pretty much from stock to completely aftermarket, with every little part that you think to put on, with tutorials and how-tos. So hopefully that'll help you guys out if you're interested. So I'll put the link to the playlist in the top right and check it out. For today's video, we're going to be installing the Blinker Genie mod by Custom LED. So if you are like me and you're going to be running either the Rizoma Stealth Mirrors or no mirrors at all, your turn signals are in your stock mirrors. So how do you get by with that? Well, Custom LED makes a pretty much it's like a cable harness mod, which actually turns your DRLs into your turn signals. So when you turn on your left turn signal, this will flash, and vice versa for the right side. Their instructions that they include are really not the best. I did this on my other bike, my other R1, and it was a little complicated just because I didn't think the pictures and the instructions were that good. So I want to make you guys a video to show you guys how to do it, and hopefully make it easier for you guys than just going by what this says. So I'll play you a short clip of what that looks like right now, with the turn signals on the left and the right, with the DRL mods, you know, after this is completed. Just some previous footage that I had. So as you can see, I already removed my mirrors and my windscreen, as I am putting on Puge windscreen and probably some mirror block offs. I don't really like mirrors, to be honest with you. I have the Rizoma Stealths, but thinking of selling them. I don't know. I kind of like the look without mirrors. So I don't know yet. We'll see. But like I said, I have my windscreen removed. And my mirrors. I will show you the bolts to remove your front cowling, because that's what you're going to need to access the wires that wrap around from the right side of the bike to the left side of the bike, which is where your main harness is. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so basically I've shown how to pull these off in other videos, but just a quick rundown for your inner cowlings or fairings, whatever you want to call them. There's one push pin here and one 4mm hex bolt right here. And basically the silver, not silver, but like matte gray piece, you're going to pull it back and up, and then it just kind of pops out. And then for the side one, it's helpful to push it forward and pry out the back, and then it'll just pop off. Pretty easy to do. Now, to remove the cowling from each side after you have the inner fairings removed, it's just these bolts right here. So there's one on each side. It's another 4mm. It is silver. The one to get the inner cowling or fender liner is actually black. So you're going to see the silver one right here, and I have this unscrewed, so I can just pop it out for you guys. You have to watch me unscrew it, there's no point of that. But also do the same on the other side. So now that you have the two side bolts removed for the front cowling, basically just lift from this area, and it's just literally going to pop off. You can also give a little bit of down pressure, and it's going to pop out from the bottom right here. But it's pretty much just as simple as that. Now we have access to the wiring harness to hook up the Blinker Genie. So from the left side of your bike, you're going to see your pilot connector, which is right here. We're going to disconnect this guy and just kind of put it down there for a second. And we're going to move to the front of the bike again. So with your Blinker Genie, for the right side of the bike, so your right DRL, if you're sitting on the bike, you have a couple connectors. So you have a green connector, also this plug right here, which has white, black, and red. Then you also have another connector that kind of, I don't know, cuts off from that one in the middle. And then for the left side of your bike, for this one right here, you have the red, yellow, and black with a brown wire. So what we're going to do is we're going to fit it through the left side of the bike. So there's this big opening right here, so we're just going to fit all these plugs through. Just pull them out from the other end, and we're going to hook up the left side right here first, and just kind of leave these just dangling. So we, we're going to get to those in just a second. So here are the wires that we just pushed through the opening in the front. So we have the brown wire as well as the connector with the red, black, and yellow. So we're not going to be using the connector that's mounted on the bike. What we're actually going to be doing is taking what we pulled off and mounting it directly to the wire that we pulled through. So we just snap this guy in place, and now this black connector is going to go to what used to be plugged into your mirrors for the turn signals. So it only goes one way. Let me get it in the right way. There we go. Snaps, clicks into place. So now the left side is done. So we're going to move on to the other side. So now that we have the left side connected, I'm actually going to route these underneath the dash cable, which is right here. It is a tight fit with getting these around, so just want to tuck all the wires away and make sure it looks nice and neat. So see how I can tuck that down underneath the dash cable, and then same thing as the other side. We're just going to take them and push them through the opening, just like that. Alright, so that side of the connector is on, pushed through. And let's get to plugging everything in. So it's a little bit hard to see, but right here is a mounted connector that we need to unplug before we can plug in the rest of the Blinker Genie. So I'm going to get my hand in there and just pop that connector off real quick. So just by using my finger pushing down on the tab and pushing out, that's how we can get this connector right here. So if you see it, it's a 3-prong hole. This also is a cable that extends from the other sides. Alright, so with the plug that we just removed right here, you can see it, we're actually going to connect this long connector from the Blinker Genie right here. So this is going to go connect right here. And then now the connector that also looks like this is going to go back into the slot that we just removed. That's really tight down in here that I showed you earlier. So I'm going to try to get my hand back there, get this back on. So with 2 fingers I can push it in from the back. You hear the click. So now this is all set to go. Right here you'll see, here's the one that we pulled across that we originally took out, and then we have the other one hooked into the stock that we disconnected right down here. So the last thing that we need to do is take our green cable and plug it into the black connector, which is your right turn signal that you pulled out from your mirror. So we're just going to plug this in. Just like that. So pretty easy. On the right side of the bike, it is a little bit tight once you're kind of messing around back here trying to undo that connector and plug in the other connector. But other than that, you are all set. We're going to do some zip ties in a few different areas just to clean up everything. All of this is covered by the front cowling and some other fairing pieces, so I'm not that worried about waterproofing because even the connectors are already sealed anyhow. So we're just going to do a couple zip ties just to tighten everything up all the way around, and we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Now that everything's zip tied and tied away, we can put our front cowling back on. So with the front cowling, it's pretty easy. So these two line up with the center plastic part. These also go into some rubber grommets, and these are the only ones sometimes you have to maneuver a little bit. So I'll show you. Just line up the holes for the mirror pretty much up top first, and then down here I give it a little push just to get those into the rubber grommets. And then for these, I bend them a little bit outward and push in. So bending this way slightly, not much, then you'll feel them just slide in and your front cowling's back on. All right, so that's pretty much it. Just don't forget to put your silver hex bolt on each side of the cowling and mount that before you put your inner fender liners, and then you're all set. So once again, this is the Blinker Genie DRL Mod. It's about 56 bucks I think right now, by Custom LED. I'll leave a link in the description below in case you're interested in getting this. The other option, I think it's like $400, $500, but you can change the color, the flash pattern, all that. Not really something that I'm interested in, but I don't know. I just like, you know, having my at least turn signals. I don't really need all the colors and stuff like that. So, like I said, it's going to do left, it's going to do right. It's also going to do emergency flash, just like with your rears. So you have all the functionality that you would have had with your turn signals just by plugging up some wires, and you don't have to use your mirrors anymore. So short video, pretty easy install once you've done it and kind of understand where the plugs go and what they do. And that's pretty much it, you guys. So if you like the video, is helpful to you, please drop a like. If you're new, like I said, we have a lot of good content for the R1, some cool riding footage. We do some track day stuff. So definitely subscribe for future content. If you have a question, need some advice, drop it in the comments. I respond to all the comments in my videos. And other than that, stay tuned, ride safe, and we'll see you next time.